Are You Living or Existing? Written by Kimanzi Constable. Narrated by Chris Brinkley. Chapter 1. Identify Your Dreams. First Step. We will start our 9-step journey to change your life by taking the first step. We need to figure out where we want to go. We need to identify the areas of our lives that we want to change and formulate a plan of action. First, we need to be sure we really want to make these changes. Once we have figured out what things we want to change, we need a plan to achieve the goals we set. Think of this as establishing the basics. Identify the things you truly want to change. You may be at a job that you like, where you have never had an issue with the work or the people, but one day or one week, everything goes wrong. Your boss is constantly yelling at you. You messed up 3 tasks. Your coworkers are driving you bonkers. All of this may happen, and it may make you think, I really want to quit and change jobs. But do you really? You can have a bad week at a job you like. You just have to realize it's a bad week. If you made a change to a different job because of one bad week, you might ruin the rest of your life. Maybe you are thinking about changing the way you behave as a parent to your kids. What if you have firmly believed in spanking but decided to make a change and use the grounding method? Your kids could see this and have a field day, and you may have lost them. Do you really want to change your job, your style of parenting, or other parts of your life? Or are you just going through a rough patch? You need to be very sure before you start this journey. We all have bad experiences. The key is to figure out if they are one-time things or if they will be repeating themselves over and over again. You have to be honest with yourself about what's going on. Be honest about the changes you're thinking about making. If you're just having a bad day, then great. You don't need to make a change. But don't lie to yourself anymore. If this is more than just a bad day, remember, the truth always has a way of finding you. Identify the actions to make the changes. So, you've taken a little time and made sure you weren't just going through a rough patch. Now you have an idea of what you want to change. Take the baby steps to get started. You don't have to change overnight. You just have to move forward. If you want to lose weight this year, you don't have to do it in a week. You might want to sign up for a gym membership or take a walk. Take these baby steps that can lead to the bigger change. Identify these first steps for each of the areas you want to change. Be very specific. Right now, as you listen to this, can you think of something that you really want to change? I know you have one thing that's been nagging at you. What kind of baby steps can you take this week? What one specific thing can you do to make forward progress? So at the end of the week, you can say you made a change. If you identify a change you want to make and take a baby step to start you on your journey of change, tell us all about it here at KimanziConstable.com. That's KimanziConstable.com. There are not many things that you can learn overnight. It's the same way with making changes, as you already know. It may seem scary to think about changing certain aspects of your life. That's natural. Remember that many who have been where you are right now would tell you that making a change was the best decision of their life. This is make it or break it time, right here and right now. You have thought about changing things. You may even have taken some action, but you never went all the way. Let's all agree, this time we're going all the way. Start making changes gradually. 2 years ago, I decided I wanted to change my weight, so I hit it very hard and lost 132 pounds. The problem was, I didn't do it gradually. I would go to the gym for 4 hours a day, and I ate 1,200 calories a day. I lost the weight super fast, but I was always tired, always cranky. I didn't do it gradually, so I missed out on learning some valuable lessons. As a result, I gained all the weight back and more. Going slowly teaches you the importance of never going back to what you just changed. If you move too fast, you might end up hitting a bump, falling down, and getting so frustrated that you give up. Go slow. Look at it as a marathon and not a sprint. Remember that you are radically changing things, and you want the changes to stick with you forever. Go slow and make sure you do it right. Modify your life in such a way that you won't have to go back and change your changes. By taking things gradually, you can see things more clearly and deal with the bumps before you hit them. You'll naturally be impatient, naturally want to steamroll forward. You can do that and probably make some progress, but in the end you'll have missed the lessons, and then you will be blind to the things that are creeping back into your life. I didn't learn to moderate my workouts, so when I lost weight, I had a false sense of security. I didn't know how much working out I needed to keep doing. Even now, I'm learning from my mistake. You can learn from it too. Make the effort to learn each lesson as we go through these steps together. Learn how to make changes gradually. Learn what got you to where you were. Use this information to fight any attempts, by yourself or anyone else, to drag you back down. We're not going back there, right? Enjoy the journey. We're always so quick to rush through things that we miss the best part, the thrill of the journey. I know it doesn't feel thrilling while you're running on a treadmill trying to lose weight. I've been there. However, it can be a thrill if you realize what the end result will be. As I discussed when I mentioned a death in the family, life is short. The journey and its struggles are part of the time we have left. That's why, even though life can seem like a struggle, just too hard to deal with, we have to look at each challenge as something to enjoy. I don't want to lose you here because you think my method is unrealistic or pie in the sky. It's really not. Instead of focusing on all the negative parts and letting them discourage you, try to turn your life around using new and different tools to help. It can be a thrill to listen to a great audiobook while you are running. Better yet, an amazing podcast that will help you in other areas of your life. Life is so short. We have to take advantage and enjoy each little moment, because before you know it, they'll all be gone. Remember when you were a kid, how much you truly enjoyed life? Everything was thrilling and exciting, always a new mystery and challenge to explore and figure out. Remember how even when you were bad and got grounded, you still found a way, even in your room, to make it an adventure? Now you're an adult, and I trust no one will ground you, but why can't you still have that thrill? Even when making hard changes, you can find a way to enjoy the small victories as you get them. You can make this exercise of change into a mini adventure, almost like when you were a kid. It's in you. I know it is. You just have to dig deep and find it. Are you willing? If you can truly learn to savor each moment, learning how to have joy as you work your way through struggles, it will seem like you have created extra time in your life. We spend a lot of time worrying and fretting over things that are out of our control, and that's time we could use to radically change our situation. One thing I say a lot in this book is that we can't afford to waste any time. It's the one thing we can't get back. Reach out for support. Sometimes the road can be bumpy and rough, but with a little support from friends or loved ones, it will be bearable. I hope you have someone in your life that you can reach out to, someone to tell things honestly and completely. I hope you don't think of reaching out as a failure. We all need a little help every now and then. At some of my darkest moments, I've had to reach out for the support from my close group of friends. Do you know how valuable a group like that can be? If you have a close group of friends that not only support you, but push you to do better, no one can stop you from taking over the world. I've been blessed to have this very kind of group, and if you follow my website, then you know who I'm talking about. Every day we talk about our progress on our dream jobs, and if we haven't made any progress, then we call each other out for any excuses we might be making. Do you have a close group of friends that will do this for you? I don't think I need to tell you that the people you hang around with affect the progress you make at certain tasks, and even what progress you make in your life. People will certainly have an effect on whether you succeed at making your radical changes. Do you remember when you were in high school and all the cool kids were the troublemakers? What did you do when you wanted to be considered cool? You hung out with the bad kids and you got into a lot of trouble. You didn't care because then you were considered a cool kid, right? Besides being considered cool, did hanging out with those kids improve your grades, your attitude, or your future? I have to tell you, it works the same way when you're older. If you hang out with bums, they'll eventually drag you down to their level. All their negative energy will rub off on you and start creeping into other areas of your life. Trust me, I know this from personal experience. I wanted to hang out with the people I thought were cool, those that went out of their way to be different from everyone else. I wanted to be like that. They hated the system and bashed everything. And that energy made me an angry person. Here's the thing I've come to realize, though. Maybe you know this already. Just be yourself and stop trying to be someone you're not to impress other people. When you hang out with people who are trying to get ahead in life, people that put their kids' needs ahead of their own, you'll find that they want you to get ahead too. Guys or gals that not only want to succeed, but also want you to succeed are the support group that you need. You'll all do better, you'll all work harder, and you'll all influence each other to grow unimaginable levels of success. If you don't have a group like this, can you start one? You may have to be the first among your friends to organize a group like this. You may have to be the first to make progress and push your friends to do the same. However, if you do it and your friends respond, the results will blow your mind. This group should be there for you no matter what, anytime, any place. They have to be real. I'm blessed to have an amazing, inspiring group of friends that even believe enough in me to write about parenting on my website. I appreciate them so much. We're good for each other because we all push each other in positive directions. You need this in your life. Those you hang out with will affect all areas of your life, so choose wisely. How nice is it when you go and work out with a friend? When I'm running with a friend of mine, I look over at him and instantly get a jolt of energy to keep running. That kind of support can be the difference between success and failure in your effort to change. It can be a push when you're just not feeling it. I can guarantee there will be days on this 9-step journey when you need that push. Support from friends can push you to work harder at your changes, or it can be a shoulder to cry on if the journey has you worn down. It's not cowardly to reach out for support. It could be the difference between success and failure. Before you start this 9-step journey, it's important that you identify those people who will be your support system. Who will be the people in your life that will be there for you, those you can call at any time, day or night? Who will be the people who will come and work out with you, or help you research that new place you're thinking of moving to? Right now, today, figure out who those people will be. Once you have figured out who these people are, call them, take them out to lunch, and tell them exactly what's going on. Tell them what you are trying to change, and tell them exactly what you expect them to do, how they can best help you out. Setting this up ahead of time will help you get 10 steps ahead in your plan to radically change your life. Look for the light at the end of the tunnel. Have you ever heard the expression, begin with the end in mind? It's so accurate. If you can't see where you're going, how do you expect to get there? So many times we have tunnel vision, focusing only on the negatives, the hurdles or the bumps we will hit in the road. Open your eyes and see what the end result will be. Stop looking only at the here and now. No matter what, don't give up. Look ahead and see what your change will look like once you've finished. Remember what's at stake and why you want to make these changes. It might seem impossible at times. It might take everything you've got, but stay strong and keep pushing forward. If you see that light at the end of the tunnel, it will help you not to trip or stop. Begin with the end in mind. If you want to lose 50 pounds, go out and buy some new clothes that you'll be able to wear when you've accomplished that goal. Keep those skinny clothes in a prominent place and use them as an object of motivation. If you want to move to Hawaii, print out a few pictures of the area where you want to live. When you're tempted to spend money on something stupid, look at the pictures and use that target as the reason to not spend the money, even if it's only a few cents. If you can do this with all the changes you want to make in your life, if you can find an object to use as motivation to get you through the roughest times, you will make the changes. You are making the changes for a reason, and that reason is the end result. Focus on that and nothing else. Don't give up. Don't give up. You can make it a long way on your 9-step plan and still quit. You could even make it to 6 steps and still be tempted to give up. Don't do it. Knowing what to change and how to change isn't the hard part. What's hard is actually putting in the legwork. I want you to be excited about this journey. This is going to be a radical transformation, so you have to be pumped. I want you to be motivated. I want you to want it so much that you could scream right now. However, you need to have a clear understanding of the hurdles and challenges you're going to face. You have to see the problems ahead and have a game plan for how to deal with them. If you can do this and face those things, you will win. No matter what happens and what is thrown at you, don't give up. Whether you're 2 days into your journey or 2 days from reaching your goal, don't give up. Everyone who listens to this book needs to say right now, we won't give up until we make radical, life-altering changes. Are you with me? At the end of the day, it all comes down to this. How much do you want it? Do you want to change your life more than you want to continue going down the same road? It all comes down to that desire burning deep in you. Is it there? Will you finally give in and change your life? I pray that you do.